So first, for everyone's information, we always conduct a live lecture simultaneously casted via Zoom, which means that whatever it is that I teach or Ma'am Shannon's lecture, we always simulcast it over Zoom so that people who cannot come physically, let's say they have things to do, let's say they're about to travel someplace and they still want to join in our review, they can still join the review. So you have to understand that there's not quite of a big difference between attending a review live and attending the session via Zoom. Because I would always encourage, even though you are only joining us over Zoom, to participate. So, why am I recording? Medyo malakas yung treble ko. So why am I recording? My discussion is that there are some people who cannot come on time. And we always want to make this for everyone. We want to include everyone. So regardless of whether you have work or class or this particular day, you can still consume whatever it is that is about to transpire today at a later time. It may be this afternoon or later tonight or the following day. The lecture is here. So you don't have any excuses. Okay? That, sir, kasi po ganito, ganyan, ganito, ganito. So we have live lecture for those of you who want the traditional class. We have Zoom and we have recordings. Okay? So pick what suits you best. Clear? So listening is one of the important lessons we have at the branch. As you need to understand, your IELTS examination has 4 subtests. The listening subtest, the reading, writing, and the speaking exam. So if you can imagine, this week is full of major lecture. We're catching up with all the major lectures. Ma'am Shannon did a major lecture in speaking this Wednesday. You practiced your skills in speaking yesterday through coaching. We're going to do the listening major today. And tomorrow, another writing major. Okay? So this is ultimately going to prepare you for your upcoming exam. Now, we also have minor lectures. We also have supplemental classes like grammar for IELTS, vocabulary for IELTS, common mistakes. We have vocabulary lessons individually. We have grammars 1 to 7 individually. We have writing task 1 depending on your module. So the most important thing is that if you miss 1 or 2 minor lectures, it's okay. You have to always make sure that you don't miss a major lecture like this one. That's why we record it. That's why we cast it through Zoom. We have multiple ways to get this lesson to you. It's just up to you how the hell are you going to consume it. So first, let's talk about the division of your test. If you book your test, let's say this Saturday, today is 13th, tomorrow is June 14th. There is a scheduled exam tomorrow here at the branch. I just want to explain to you the concept that 9.09er is not just a review center. We are also an examination partner, which means that we can also cater for test takers who wish to take their exams. You don't need to go to Manila anymore. You don't have to go to Pampanga anymore. The examination is already here. We do it weekly. In the past, the examinations held here in Cabanatuan were only 3 times in a year. That's how rare the examinations are in Cabanatuan City. We have Feb, we have August, and we have December. So it's not going to happen frequently. Up until today, if you're going to apply for a pen and paper based exam here in Cabanatuan City, It's still the same, 3 times in a year. We have IDP. So some of you will be asking, sir, what's the difference between British Council and IDP? Well, not much. It's just like iOS and Android. They get things done. You have messages, you have photos, you have Facebook, you have games. It's just different company running iOS. IDP is mostly preferred by students because that company was founded with the idea of bridging students to other countries. And for workers and skilled work alike, British Council. But regardless of where you take your test, they both have the same official results. Anyway, so if you're a student, if you're a worker, if you're an immigrant applicant, regardless, you can take it either in British Council and IDP. So our partner is British Council, not IDP. So some of you will be having some second thoughts. May iba akong estudyante in the past na nag-take multiple times ng exam sa IDP, bagsak sa British Council pumasa. Meron naman opposite. 2 times nag-take sa British Council, sa IDP siya pumasa. So sometimes, it's about where and what testing center you're going to apply for. So we don't know. Again, the decision is up to you. We don't want to include ourselves in the equation. We don't want to mingle in your affairs. Ayaw namin makialam. Ikaw ay may sariling pagpapasya sa buhay mo. So kung gusto mo dito, kung gusto mo doon, bahala ka. Okay po? But if you want to take the examinations here, it's British Council, it's computer delivered test, and yeah, it's here. You don't need to go elsewhere. That's the advantage. Convenient. Okay? So, what's good news about it? Actually, when we became a testing partner, when we became a testing center, we opened our testing center for our students to use freely. That's the advantage. We can let you experience the test even before you take it. And the difficulty level is almost exactly the same. How did we know that those are the same tests? The tests that we let you practice are past examination questions. So you can gauge yourself. You can gauge your abilities. You can test your techniques and prowess. Where am I on the path of passing the test? Let's say I'm a new enrollee. I want to get 7 listening, 7 reading, 7 speaking, 7 writing. I did mock. I got 6 listening, 5.5 reading. How far am I? How realistic are we talking about with the duration of your review, with your plan of how long to stay here, with your goal, with your end goal? How realistic is it? So some people would ask for my professional opinion, asking me, sir, do you think I'm ready? Do you think I'm prepared? Well, there are a couple of factors that play along the way. I cannot answer this for a fact. No one knows whether you will make it there or not. The tests are here, the practices are here to just allow you to experience it beforehand so that you know what to expect. So quite definitely, there are a lot of factors that play. Factors like your luck. It could be that the practice you did was on the extreme category and the test that you encountered in real time was easy. Kasi iba-ibang difficulty level ang test eh. May easy, may average, may difficult. So if you practice on a difficult scale, imagine, nagwe-weights ka, 20 kilos yung dine-deadlift mo, magaan yun, tapos natapat sa'yo sa exam, 50, mabigat yun, natural, may bibigatan ka, nag-iintindihan mo. Pero kung sinasanay mo yung sarili mo sa mabigat, tika ng exam, natapat sa'yo magaan, natural, easy lang sa'yo. So I hope you understand the case. That examinations that we have for practices are past exams. And they were somewhat the same. Somewhat, they're not exactly alike. They're not the same tests that you will encounter, some of which are tweaked because they don't recycle listening and reading tests. They only recycle writing and speaking questions, which more of them tomorrow. More info about them tomorrow. So you get the deal. Okay, so we are a testing center. We let you practice on our branch for free. How many times a week? 2 times a week. Only Tuesdays and Thursdays. Despite that, marami pa rin reklamador. Paano naman kami, Sabado lang kami pwede, Linggo lang kami pwede. Hindi kami magagawa. Tinayo namin to, negosyo to eh. Sabado at Linggo ang exam eh. Alangan namang isarado namin lahat, hindi namin pag-examine yung mga nagbayad. Tapos ikaw lang pagpapractice namin dyan. Gawa ka ng paraan. Bukas na nga kami kahit holiday. Holiday, may klase pa rin eh. Holiday kahapon, ba't di ka pumunta? Nagets yung point? Sometimes, okay na lahat, may magre-reklamo pa rin. Ano na natin yan mga Pilipino eh. Gawin na natin yan. Hindi tayo sanay sa kapayapaan. Gusto natin laging may gulo, may reklamo. Guys, bukas kami hanggang hapon. So kung hindi mo kaya ng morning, hindi mo kaya ng afternoon, mag-chat ka sa amin. Sabihin mo, sir, pwede ba ako mamaya? Mga 2 o'clock ako darating dyan. Mag-out lang ako saglit sa work, mag-undertime ako. Kasi, bakit ka nga ba nag-IELTS? Para umalis, di ba? Oh, yung iba nga nag-resign eh, literally ah. Just for them to be serious about this. I'm not saying na iwanan mo yung bread and butter mo. All I'm trying to say is that if you really want to pass the test, you have to take it seriously. You have to devote effort. You have to devote time to it. Because without which, nagbayad ka, tapos may USB, may flash drive, sinaksak namin sa utak mo, nasa na lahat, hindi ganun. Because people want things instantly. Masyado na tayo sanay sa instant. Hindi pumadalian yan. Kaya nga papasok ka, magpa-practice ka, makakakuha ka ng mababang score, it's fine. You don't have to panic. You don't have to be too stressed about it. Let me share something to you. My former students just got 5.5 or even lower in listening. 5, 4.5, even 4 at the beginning. It's not bad to get that score. It isn't too bad to get that score. You know what's bad? If you remain there, if you remain 4. Kasi kaya naman kayo pinapractice para malaman mo saan ka ba nagkakamali. Kung paulit-ulit ka magiging biktima ng parehong pagkakamali, hindi na mali yung sistema. Ikaw ang ayaw mag-adapt. Ikaw ang may mali. Ikaw ang may sira. So you need to know which areas of test-taking abilities you need to fix. So, wala pa akong alam. Pumasok ako sa test. Naka-4 ako. It's okay. Sabi ko nga kay Flower, huwag mong pagmakin yung mga estudyanteng hindi pa handa. Pilit ng pilit eh. Huwag yung pagmakin. Bakit? Iba-iba tayo ng growth eh. Ako, pag in-expose mo ako sa challenge, nalaman ko mahina ako, I'll rise up to the challenge. Mas magpupursige akong galingan. Eh may iba hindi. Nakanti mo, wala ng pag-asa. Iba-iba tayo eh. We have different ways of adapting to things. So, listen, if you just enrolled and you don't know how to deal with the practice, please don't attend the mock because you might get overwhelmed. Well, if you're a person who's up for the challenge, you're welcome to come here. Test your wits, test your skills. Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to welcome you with open arms. Come here. Now, we don't just do it like that. We don't just, hey, we're a testing center, come practice. We don't just do it like that. We teach you beforehand as how it's supposed to be. We teach you skills first before you jump into the real thing or into the practice, if you want to put it that way. We teach you. And this is an example. Instruction. Skills. Listening skills enhancement lecture contains the essential skills you need to survive the test. So I hope by the end of this discussion, you are able to acquire the essential skills needed with the hopes of honing them for the better. Clear? Okay. You know what? I don't know why I'm being angry. I'm being mad about it. Listening is fucking easy. You don't need this lecture. You don't need this shit. Hindi mo kailangan tong hype na to. Alam mo kung bakit? Alam mo bakit? The national average of the listening test in the Philippines is 7. What does this say? For the entire country, which 70% of the test-taking population is not enrolled in a review center like this one, getting 7 is very impressive. So chance mo bang maka-7, regardless of your educational background, regardless of how much time you spent preparing for this test, is achievable. Because listening is the easiest out of the 4 tests. Listening, reading, writing, speaking, listening is the easiest. That's on the top of the pyramid. If you label it down, listening is the easiest. Promise. It's a guarantee. So ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Na 7 po yung average, ako po nakaka-5 lang. Ibig sabihin po, bobo po ako. Hindi po. I'm going to tell you a secret. Kalan. Alam niyo kalan? Nakita na kayo ng kalan? Sino po din nakita ng kalan? May kalan kami sa taas. Sumama ka sa akin. Okay? So sa kalan, meron siyang indicator ng lakas ng flame. Tama? Okay. Minsan ganito siya eh. Kailangan, do-drawing ko yung kalan. Feel ko mag-drawing ngayon eh. So ito yung piitan, bilog yan. Meron yung knob. Meron siyang tuldok doon para nakatusok kung saan. No? So may mahinang flame dito, tapos dito 2 na, tapos dito 3 na. Tama po? Tama po ba? Okay? Tapos yung dulo na to, wala na tayong pakialam dyan. Dito lang tayo sa 3 na to mag-focus. So pag nilagay mo siya dito, mahina lang yung flame. Correct? Pag nilagay mo siya dito, medium. Pag nilagay mo dito, extreme. Tama ho ba? Okay. So sir, bakit po nakakakuha lang ako ng 5.5, ng 6 sa exam ko sa mock? Okay. May sikreto dyan. Yun kasing gauge, yung difficulty level niyan, namin, nakaset dito. Nakasagad. Sa totoong exam, pwedeng ito, o pwede rin ito kung mamalas-malasin ka. So malamang, pag nag-take ka ng exam, dito ka nasasanay, natapat sa'yo to, mas mabilis bang maluluto? Yes. Ibig sabihin, mas madadalian ka doon sa test na yan. Sir, bakit sinasanay mo kami sa mahirap? Ba't di mo kami bigyan na madali? Again, the concept of lifting. The concept of gauging your abilities. We want to set this on a level that is as difficult as what you could get. So that pag dumating ka sa exam, tapos sabi mo, hala, ang dadali lang ng pinractice ko, ang hirap pala ng totoong exam. Walang nga talaga yung Kevin na yan. Oh, nasisi pa kami. Nagets? Listening is the easiest test. So easy. Sino po nakapag-mock na taas kamay? Lahat na, oh wow, okay. How many times have you tried doing mock set, sir? Marami na. Ikaw, sir? Twice. Okay. Nakailan ka nung una? 6. Pangalawa? Bumaba. Okay. Ngayon, after attendant tong klase na to, kumpara mo sa susunod na Martes. Kung bumaba o tumaas. Okay? Alright. Sino pa? Nakailan na? 5.5. Ngayon, di ba, tumaas? 5 lang nung una. Okay. Getting 5, sabi ko, getting 4, kahit na 3.5 pa yan eh, is expected for beginners. Kasi ngayon ko lang kayo nakita umatin ng klase ko eh. Ngayon, tingnan natin. After knowing, ganyan lang pala yung utang. Kaya eh. Alam na natin kung i-expect. Yes? Okay. So sa exam, nahati po yan sa dalawang components. We have the written component and we have the interview. So when you say written component, that includes your listening, reading, and writing subtests. Remember that in the actual test, there are no breaks given in between. That's why our mock practices are designed in such a way na talagang wala rin siyang break. Listening comes first, reading follows, writing comes last. That's how it goes. Hindi pwedeng mauna si writing, mauna si reading, no. Listening comes first, the easiest. Reading follows, writing comes last. Okay? All right. So, moving on. I've mentioned written component. Is it computer-based? Yun lang po yung term na ginagamit natin. So, regardless of whether you're going to take the written examination on paper or the computer-delivered exam, maririnig mo sa akin yung buo na yon as LRW, which means listening, reading, writing, or written component. Clear? Para lang di kayo malito, okay? Kasi nakasanayan na namin eh. Since 2016 hanggang 2021, yun yung term eh. So 5 taon. Din halos. Yun yung aming call doon. So how long will the test last? 40 minutes. Sir, bakit kung nag-exam ako sa computer, 30 minutes lang siya? Actually, originally, the examination is 30 minutes for you to listen and answer and 10 minutes for you to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Imagine niyo po yung scenario. Yung traditional method. Makikinig ka sa speaker, meron kang test booklet, sinusulat mo dun yung sagot. Naturally, may mga erasures kang gagawin. That's why there is a separate time involved only for you to transfer your answers. That is going to last you for 10 minutes. May countdown timer talaga dyan, 10 minutes, just for you to transfer. But now, since you have to type your answers directly on a computer, you have to interact with it somehow. There's no need for you to transfer anymore. So how many minutes? 30 minutes to listen, 2 minutes to check. So in total, for computer-delivered IELTS, how long? 32 minutes to be exact. Once again, still 30 minutes, the duration of the audio recording as it is being played, the same as answering the questions, and the difference is that in the past, you're given 10 minutes to transfer, which we no longer do. In the computer-based test, we are only given 2 minutes for us not to transfer, but to check. Clear? Okay. The recording is played once only. May nagtanong sa akin si Jante. Sabi niya, sir, hindi po kaya pwedeng manghingi kami ng papel, tapos habang nagle-listening kami, nag-take kami ng note, nakukuha, habang nag-take kami ng note, mamaya, isa-isa namin isasalin. Sabi nung estudyante, you know what? Sabi ko, you know what? That's possible! Bakit di namin naisip yan? Napakagandang idea na yan! Okay? Oo naman siya. Being sarcastic. You know why? Ipunin mo lahat ng 40 answers. Ipunin mo. Sige. Sabihin na natin, yung 31 to 36 letters lang, ABCD lang. Yung 38 to 40, tatype mo yung sagot. So, iba-ibang ways of answering. Tama? 2 minutes. Sige, sampulan mo ako. Lahat ng naipon mong sagot, ka-countdown timer kita ng 2 minutes, ulitin mo, i-transfer isa-isa ngayon yan. Hindi kaya. Kung kamag-anak mo si The Flash, baka kaya pa. Kasi some of the answers in the listening question today, the modern computer-based style of test taking, requires you to interact during the test. So if you're going to do it, mixing both, nag-take ka ng notes, habang ongoing yung audio sa headset mo, hindi mo nasasagutan yung test booklet mo on the screen, you have to go all the way from 1 to 40. Typing the answers, interacting with them, clicking buttons, only for 2 minutes. Not a very long time. You will have a tough time. So, ano pong dapat mong gawin? E de, mag-practice ka na mag-multitask. Dahil ang listening test po ay multitasking test. You listen, you type answers, and you confirm whether they match during the time allotted for the test within the 30-minute time frame given. Mahirap ba yun? Mahirap? Okay, kahapon may estudyante nagpadala ng pizza. Si Kriza, no? Tignan natin kung online pa siya. Ang listening score niya ay 8. Okay? Listening test score niya ay 8. Tawagan natin. Ayan. Hello, Kriza?
Hello, sir?
Kriza, live ka, naririnig ng buong klase ngayon. So, huwag ka magsasalita ng mga bad words. May tatanong lang kami. Ano yung unang score na nakuha mo nung nag-mock ka sa listening?
Nasa 5 lang po.
Okay. Nasa 5. Pero nung nakuha mong score sa exam ay? 8.
8.
Okay. Guys, palakpakan niyo si Kriza. Okay, yun lang, Kriza. Thank you. Gusto ko lang gamitin yung example na nag-start ka sa 5, nahirapan ka din, like them, at nakakuha ka ng 8 ng exam.
As in, yun yung type ng test na super nahihirapan ako kasi not very consistent pagdating sa mga mock. Pag nagtatry ako sa mock.
Okay. Alright, thank you, Krisa, and congratulations ulit.
Okay po. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Lalo pa kayo? Excuse me, I have to take this call. Hello? O, di ba? Mga 5 lang daw siya nag-start. Same as you guys. Kayo nga, nakaka-6 pa eh. Nakaka-6.5 pa eh. O, tapos naka-8 siya nung exam. Di ba? Ibig sabihin, you don't have to let a minor inconvenience na lang. Hirap-hirap naman pala nito sa umpisa. No. You just have to get used to it. Masanay. Okay? Lungkot nyo naman. Ano? May tanong ba? Remember that even though you take your test via computer or via pen and paper based means, the recording is only played once. There's no, ay, ano nga ulit yun? Wala pong replay. Sa buhay, walang replay, di ba? Hindi mo na ulit pwedeng maranasan yung mga alaala nung kasama mo siya noon. Ayan. So, kaya namin mo na yan, no? Okay. So recording is only played once. There's no replay button here. Okay? Clear? Questions? Wala. So general rules, listen intently. What does listen intently means? Listen with the intention of getting as many answers as you can. Follow the example and please don't fall asleep. Alam niyo yung mga boses sa listening, unsoothing. You will give 2 students something. Paano may hangover ka pa? Nantok na ako siya, di ba? Follow the example. A lot of people could have gotten a higher band score in the listening test if they just follow the example. And because the format was not followed, they didn't get that point. And because of how many points they accumulated, incorrect points, incorrect answers, which didn't translate to points, rather, they didn't make the cut. So ulit na naman sila. And please, don't fall asleep. Remember, yung listening and reading, wala pong recheck dyan. Tomorrow, you will understand how the recheck process works. But for the listening test, there's no recheck. Why? Because this will be assessed by 2 human beings plus a computer. Tatlong layer of checking ang pagdadaanan niya. So, kung ang sagot mo ay D, ang tamang sagot ay C, i-check yan, uy, mali. Pangalawang chinek, uy, mali. Chinek ng computer, mali talaga. So, kahit anong recheck, kahit magkano pa bayaran mo dyan, kung mali yung C, tama ang D sa item na yon, mali ka talaga. Clear? Okay. The pen and paper based tests, kaya nga siya pen and paper based, ay meron po siyang answer sheet at meron din siyang test booklet, which are colored papers, by the way. Sa computer based exam, ala po, virtual answer sheet lang, which you can check. Di ba pagkatapos nyo mag-mock, na-check nyo yung isang page na nandun yung mga answers. Tapos if you want to edit it, you can do so, whether on the page itself, kung nasan yung answers directly, or dun mismo sa item na yun. For example, you miss item 36, nakalagay doon sa item. So sa ilalim, 1, 2, 3, 4 hanggang 40. Pwede mo i-click yung 36, mapupunta ka dun sa question na yun. Nakukuha. Okay. So yun po yung difference nila. So, for those of you who want to see it for yourself, sabi ko nga, there's no better teacher than experience. Ranasin nyo pong mag-test ng mock. Again, lalo na ngayon, nakakatapos mo lang umattend ng major lecture sa listening. You know how to deal with it better. Okay? So ito po yung appearance ng pen and paper based answer sheet. If you want to know the difference, if you want to learn the difference between pen and paper and computer-delivered IELTS, you can check this YouTube link, which I will be playing right now para mapanood na natin. Na? So sa mga replay watchers, hindi nyo po ito mapapanood, may skip po ito. But I will be linking the video doon sa description ng video natin mamaya sa YouTube. So, this is how our scores are computed. If you get 30 points minimum, that means you get a band 7. 30 out of 40 answers. So, kaya, sino may kailangan lang ng 4, makakaalis na ng bansa? 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, pwede na yung 6. So, ang gusto ko, kahit 6 lang po ang target nyo, o sa iba na 5 lang ang target, 7 pa rin po ang targeted. Na? Especially kung pupunta ka ng Canada, after 2 years kasi may permanent residency program silang ina-offer. The higher the points you accumulate, the higher the OBS, the better chances of being invited. Kasi by point system si Canada. So, andyan yung factor ng edad mo, single ka ba, may asawa, may anak, anong tinapos mo, related ba yung tinapos mo sa trabaho, nakuha mong experience, at related ba yung dalawa na yon sa papasukin mong trabaho dito. Yun. At language score. Kay Canada kasi, sa language score niya, maraming option. So, meron siyang sariling IELTS doon, si Celpip, si Kael, at saka si Selban. Pati nga si Duolingo, okay na rin sa kanila. Or pwede rin French test. Dahil French is a secondary language in Canada. So, ino-honor din nila ang French na language na. And IELTS. Si IELTS kasi, universal yan. At ang British Council, yung nag-check ng inyong mga sagot, kung tama o mali, sa Canada pa yan, pinapadala. Kaya ang pen and paper-based exam po ay inaabot ng 14 days. Ang computer-based test ay 24 hours lang. Bakit? 24 to 48. Dahil itatransmit lang naman yan online. I-check, babalik dito online. Alam na natin yung results. Clear? Okay. So, anong target score? 9. Okay, anong target score natin? 9. The highest possible score, which is a 9. 40 out of 40. Guys, sa totoo lang, dito kay listening, madaling maka-9. Ito may nakaka-9. Pero estudyante tayong kaka-9 lang sa listening. Diba? Alam ko, ayaw nyo ng ng chika lang. Ayun, screenshot. 9 listening. Nakita? Zoom ko. 9 listening, 8 reading, 6.5 writing, 7.5 speaking, OBS 8. Diba? So sa lahat na yun, nakita nyo, ito yung tamang arrangement ng difficulty. Pinakamadali si listening, susunod si reading, susunod si listening. Para sa akin, mas madali si speaking kaysa kay reading. So, sa kanya, listening, tapos reading, sunod si speaking, pinaka mababa niya si writing. Yan po talaga tayo nasisilat. Writing. Yan po pinakamahirap na test. Bukas. So, ngayon, medyo light lang ako. Bukas. Yan. Ganun po tayo bukas. Kaya, medyo expect nyo na medyo nanggagalaiti ako bukas. Okay? Yan po kasi pinakamahirap na test. Ayokong mababa kayo dyan. At least, passable yung score. Na? Yung papasa, yung pampasa na. Minimum na requirement, pasalamat na tayo doon, nagmaba tayo doon. Kay writing. Pero kay listening po, kung mangangarap ka ng perfect dyan, mangarap ka dahil yan ang pinaka-achievable ng perfect score sa lahat. Okay? Malinaw po? Halimbawa, nasa pila ka ng McDo. Tapos may priority, may dalawang matanda. Singitan mo. Tabi nga kayo dyan, mga matatanda. Naka-9 ako Priority ako dito. Naka-9 ako sa listening ng IELTS. Ay, sorry, iyo. Okay? So, aim for a 9.0 for the listening test. Kasi kaya naman. So, we have different exam stages. We have the before. We read questions in advance and encircle underline keywords. During the listening phase, this is where we listen intently and take some notes using keywords we have identified. Itong taking down notes, applicable lang po ito sa pen and paper-based test. Once again, kung computer-based exam ka, which is majority ng students natin, multitasking po ang gagawin natin. You listen, you watch, you stare at the screen, and you get as many answers as possible. Okay? After You know what? Napaka-generous ng listening kasi bibigyan ka niya ng time, ng note, tapos sabi niya, notify ka niya, okay, before the test begins, pwede mo munang tingnan yung questions 1 to 10, kung ano yung magiging sitwasyon. By the way, yung sitwasyon nga pala, there are 2 people talking about their summer vacation. At ang pangalan ng characters natin ay Luis and Carrie. Yun. So, hindi nakakagulat kung ano yung mangyayari. Okay, gets? Meron tayong situation where someone is selling something online. So, saang website daw niya isa-sell, anong item yun, anong condition ng product, gano'n nakatagal sa kanya yung product, yung pangalan ng model, magkano niya ibebenta, pang ilang may-ari na ba siya, kung sasakyan yun, anong plate number, anong body number, anong chassis number, kailan huling narehistro, anong type of engine, ilang litro. Before, during, tas after, that is the end of section 1. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers. Diba? So si listening, napaka-generous niya when it comes to time. Wala ka nang hihilingin dyan, napakabait na listening pagdating sa time. Okay? Parang di ka naniniwala. Totoo nga. They give you time to prepare, time to listen. They even spell out the answers for crying out loud. My name is Elika. E-L-I-C-A. Ang putang ina. Sabi yung pala ako ngayon, pipitigin na kayo sa ano ko. Kaya pag ako nagbabantay sa sabi sa niyo. I-spell out na nga eh. Oh. Kuhang-kuha na yung ganun eh, di ba? Okay? Your test is divided into 4 sections. Ilang total items mo ang listening? 40. So sa 40 na yun, hinati sa 4, pwedeng tigsa 10 sila, which is the regular thing. Sometimes 8 lang, sometimes 12. Pero pag kinuha mo yung total nilang lahat, 40 pa din. So, may mas madali bang section? Yes. Pinakamadali si section 1. Bakit? Ano bang hinahanap sa section 1? Anong hinahanap sa section 1? Kaya ba nag-mark kayo? Kapag mark na, anong hinahanap sa section 1? Information! Information! So kasama na po sa information ang mga sumusunod. Name, place, time, date, event, price. So regardless of the situation, sa section 1, may isang nanghihingi ng information, may isang nagbibigay ng information. At lahat ng information doon ay importante. So, keep them in mind. Okay? Keep them in mind. So, ano-ano po mga sample ng social context everyday scenario sa section 1? Mga transaction, shopping, holiday reservation. Ano yung map nyo kahapon? Ano yung narinig mo kahapon sa listening, section 1? Ano yung sitwasyon? Ha? Reading lang ginawa mo? Sir, nakalimutan ka sir. Lasing kasi ako lagi sir eh. Nasa kasi kami, gym puro sir eh. Ikaw, nagmakakahapon. Tapos namin section 1 mo. Sige. Tama yan, ganyan gagawin niya. Ikaw, natandaan mo? Hindi ka nagmak. Nung last, nagmak. School field trip. School field trip, mga nag-i-inquire, magkano yung field trip, may kasama bang teachers, pwede bang kasama yung parents, saan pupunta, anong amenities yung meron, ilang bus yung gagamitin, ano yung body number ng bus, anong number 12, anong oras at departure. Ayan, naalala na sir, flashback na.
Nagtatanong ako sa bunda ng PO sa YouTube.
Ayan, okay. Tour naman, okay. Travels and tours. Sa'yo, nag-exam ka ba kahapon ng map?
Opo.
Natandaan mo?
Ano po, ako po sa may agent ba po, this party ba organized?
Okay, organization ng event. Ikaw, nagmaka kahapon? Ano? Ang map mo? Mag-a-apply ng work. So lahat yung may impormasyon, di ba? O dito sa birthday, ilan yung a-attend, anong regalo, anong team, kailan to, anong oras. Sino imbita natin pare? Ay, may pare kasi birthday. Charot lang. Okay, pinasaleno. Sa'yo, ga-apply ng trabaho, anong tinapos, anong kurso, di ba? Ano in-expect mo sa salary? O, yung mga roles na gagampanan mo sa work. So, lagi, kapag section 1, may dalawang nag-uusap, isa nagtatanong ng impormasyon, isa naman nagbibigay ng impormasyon. So, ang daming pwedeng sitwasyon dyan at yung lahat ng sitwasyon na yon, maaaring naranasan mo personally. Pwedeng personally mong naranasan. Halimbawa, pag i-inquire sa isang review center, kung magkano ba ang review, gano'ng katagal. Pagbebenta ng isang bagay o pagbili, pag-i-inquire ng isang binibentang bagay. Halimbawa, laptop. May nakita kang pinaw sa laptop. Tinawagan mo yun, ano bang model to? Gano'ng katagal ginamit? Lahat ng yan ay magiging answer sa section 1. Sa section 2, same, social context pa din, pero monologue na lang. Ano sabi ng monologue? Isang tao na lang ang nagsasalita. Pero, yung sinasabi niya ay general everyday scenarios pa rin. For example, mga public warning. Mga paalala, paano hindi manakawan sa public transport. Ano ang gagawin pag nakagat ka ng aso? Mga ganun. Okay? At kadalasan po kay section 2, nandiyan ang tourist information. Nandiyan yung mga mapa. At si mapa po, madali ang section 2, pero si mapa ay mahirap. Which I will be explaining later kung paano at bakit siya mahirap. Next, section 3, school training-related academic context, dialogue of 2 people, making tutorial. Sometimes hindi lang dalawa, sometimes tatlo, even 4 pa, minsan naglilima pa nga eh. So nakakalito. Yun po ang problema kay section 3. Nakakalito because sino na ba si John, sino na ba si Kelly, sino na ba si Dan, sino na ba si Raph, no? And then, dito kay section 4, bakit siya mahirap? Kasi kung kay section 1, ang questions doon are informations, inquiring information, supplying information, giving information, nouns ang sagot. Dito kay section 4, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs ang sagot. Ang mahirap kay verbs, adjectives, at adverbs ay they are formed differently. Iba ang form ng adverb. Iba ang form ni verb. So kung ang sagot mo ay, for example, naggawa ako dati ng reading, no? Gumawa ako ng reading, nag-reading ako live, tapos may S yung dapat na sagot. Ang sagot mo, walang S, mali yun. So kung naka-singular ang sagot mo, plural yung sinagot mo, mali yun. Just because it misses one letter. You didn't get the point. So sayang. So please double check. Grammar is a factor for section 4. Malinaw? Accent. Ano ba yung accent? Sa Tagalog. Punto. Di ba? Halimbawa, yung Tagalog, yung Filipino accent. Pilipinas, ang liit lang sa mapa niyan. Totoo. Di ba, ang liit lang natin sa mapa. Totoo po yan. Napakaliit lang po natin sa mapa. Ito lang tayo sa Kabanatuan. Yung bang kuya po, Navesia pa? Punta ka sa kuya po. Napagbidahan ka doon. Pansinin mo, iba yung punto nila. Okay? Punta ka ng Kabyaw. Pansinin mo, iba yung punto nila. Duwas ka ng Maynila. Pansinin mo, iba yung punto nila. Pumunta ka ng Batangas. Ay, sa Agang Ulaga. Tagalog pa rin yun. Pero iba yung way ng pronunciation. That is accent, a peculiar way of pronouncing words. Ang English language po, nag-originate yan sa Germany, the Anglo-Saxon Empire. Tapos, cultivate siya sa England, kaya nga siya English. And then, English people, mahilig sila manakop eh. So, na-discover nila si America through Christopher Columbus. Sinakop nila sa America. Na-discover nila sa Australia. Ano kung nasabi nila sa Australia? Kung na-discover, sino pupunta Australia? Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Ikaw din? Apat. So, apat yun Australia. Na-discover nila sa Australia, sabi na, yung lugar to, napakapangit. Totoo. Napakapangit. Gawin lang natin itong kulungan. Kaya si Australia po ay tinatawag din nating world's largest penal colony. So, pinanakot nila yon. Sa Europe, pag nakulong ka, dadalhin ka sa Australia, papadeport ka doon. Ganun kapangit ang tingin nila sa Australia before. So, kung papansin ninyo, lahat doon nagpunta sa US, no? Mga diplomats, mga nobles. Kaya naman yung accent nila, somewhat similar sa British accent. Lalo pag nasa New York ka, nasa Boston ka, same na same yung accent nila. Walang R, nag-glide yung L. Ano bang problema pagkulungan? According to a lot of studies, na karamihan po ng mga convicts ay mga hindi nakapag-achieve ng formal education. Hindi nakapag-aral. So, ibig sabihin, kung hindi mo pala alam, dito nga lang sa Pilipinas, yung tamang paggamit ng nang at nang, o tamang way ng pagsasalita, may mga kakaiba kayong codes. You will not sound as proper as what people should expect. May kanya-kanyang way yan ng pagsasalita. Malinaw. Kaya si Australian, dahil puro mga preso ang nandun noon, lalo galing ng Irish. Sa Ireland, Northern Ireland. Narinig niyo ba magsalita si pangalan to? Conor McGregor? Irish yun. Pag nagsalita siya, parehas niya magsalita yung Australian. Sa karamihan ng mga pinatapo nila from the UK ay galing Ireland. Kaya may similarity ng kanilang accent. Okay? Gusto niyo bang makita siya? Gusto mong marinig yung punto in comparison? Ito siya. So, American accent, ito po yung sound niya.
Please call Stella, ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack for her brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids. She will scoop these things up into 3 red bags, and we will go meet her Wednesday at the train station.
Okay. Nahirapan ba tayong intindihan yung American accent? Bakit? Bakit di tayo nahirapan? So, dahil magaling tayo? Hindi. Maayos yung pagkakasabi? Hindi na. Kasi, kung sa Hong Kong to, British yung pinarinig ko, mas gets nila yun. Yung American, hindi nila masyadong gets.
Wala akong masyadong accent.
Hindi eh. Accent nila to eh. Ito yung American accent. Sanay kasi tayo sa American accent. Bakit? Dati tayong American colony. Oh, anong mga shows ang pinapanood mo ngayon? TV shows? Kahit hindi. Anong TV shows na?
British po ata siya.
British. Movies. Ano ka movies? Anong movie yung huli mo napanood?
Hindi pa po.
Anong movie yung huli mo napanood?
Yung but after 28 weeks,
Okay. Horror ba yan?
medyo
Ay, nakatakot. Okay. So imagine niyo ha, tinignan ko yung showing sa Robinson's Japan kasi tagpupan ako. John Wick Ballerina, How to Train Your Dragon. Tapos, kay Tom Cruise. Kita niya? Mission Impossible. Tapos, Dan the Dan. Yung anime na pinapanood ko niya yun. Pero kung dub yun, English pa rin yun. American English. See, all the media that we consume, a lot of them are in American English. Movies, TV shows, The Big Bang Theory, Friends, diba? Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Suits. Ano pa? Pati nga yung mga cartoons, eh. Diba? Kung nanonood ka ng Cartoon Network ng Disney, American accent yan. What else? Music! Diba? Sila kinig kay Eminem, kay Cardi B, kay Post Malone. Bumalik ka pa sa nakaraan, Chicago. Kasi sila pinapakinggan niya eh. Post Malone, hindi siya nakikinig. Chicago, nakikinig siya. Charot lang. The Beatles, British band. You see, a lot of media that we have consumed, still consuming nowadays, are in American accent. We don't have trouble adapting to them. Default natin yun. Akala nga natin yan yung tama. Kaya nga minsan nakakarinig ka sa coffee shop, wala kaming internet. Gosh. We thought internet is correct. That's American way of pronouncing internet. Internet pa rin. Ang sinusunod po ng lahat ay tinatawag na IPA or the International Pronunciation Alphabet. Sorry, International Phonetic Alphabet. It's not internet. It's internet. Internet is just a feature of American pronunciation, which we are more adapted to. Okay? So kung ito po ang matatapat sa inyong accent, kaya pumasa, hindi? Kaya! Diba? Pakinggan natin si British.
Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack for her brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids. She can scoop these things into 3 red bags and we will go meet her Wednesday at the train station.
All right. Was it difficult to understand? Be honest, yes or no? Was it difficult to understand? Like if you're going to close your eyes and not look at this, just listening, was it difficult? Yeah, being honest? What about you? Medyo? Hindi? Mahirapan hindi? Kaya? Nasa gitna, somewhere in between. Ha? 50-50. So those answers are valid. Alam nyo, napaka-lambing ng British accent, napaka-evenly spaced out. Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. Ang ganda ng speed. Pag American, please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. Bakit? Ang feature kasi ng American accent ay glide. Pagtahi-tahiin lahat ng dulo para isang salitaan na lang. American ka nag-invento ng wanna, gonna, yeah, cause, mga slangs. So sasabihin ko sa'yo, tatapatin ko kayo guys. Sa totoong buhay, sa totoong exam, pag natapat sa inyo si British accent, magpasalamat kayo. Dahil ganyan siyang kabagal. Please call Stella. Ano lang nagpahirap? Yung mga missing R. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. Nawawala yung R. Sometimes nga wala yung T. Sino nakikinig kay Ed Sheeran? Nakaling na kayo ng kanta ni Ed Sheeran? Siguro naman. Sana naman. Di ba? Okay? Pag pronounce na yung word na better sa kanta niya, bea. Ano yun? Mababa. Ano ba yun? Bea. Waa. Get me a glass of water. Wala nang T, wala nang R. Yun ang problema ng British accent. Mahirap maintindihan yung ibang words, especially because they lack the R and sometimes the T in their accent. But British accent makes it more survivable because of that speed. Clear? Australian accent. Ladies and gentlemen, sa mga gusto pong mas ma-experience ito, pumikit po kayo para hindi nyo po makita yung paragraph. Sige. Huwag nyo tingnan. Sige. Pakinggan nyo lang po, pakinggan nyo lang. Game.
Please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack for her brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids. She can scoop these things into 3 red bags, and we'll go meet her Wednesday at the train station.
Okay na. Kamusta? Ang experience? Horrifying, right? Nakatakot, di ba? Bakit? Yun po ang Australian accent. Yung ginagawa nila sa vowel, tinatawag natin vowel shift. Yung E, nagiging sobrang haba, nagiging tunog I na siya. Example, Kevin. Ang pronunciation na sa Kevin, Kevin. Diba? Parang Bisaya. Bisaya ka man doon. Okay? Ano pa? August. Ang pronunciation sa August, August. October. Ano yun? October. I was born October 9, 989. Sige nga, ipasa mo yung exam na ganyan yung maririnig mo. Nasa part 1 pa lang. Parang ang imposible na. Nag-gets yung point? Kaya bago mag-exam, ano po ating gagawin? Tumawag po sa ating pong may kapal. Hingi po ng blessing. Lord, sana po, hindi pong bigyan ng Australian accent ang aking exam. Dahil lalabog po ang pangarap ko kapag ibang bansa. Pag yan po ang natapat sa atin. 10% chance. Galing lumabas yan. Kaya yung natatapatan yan, talaga napakaalat. No? Clear? Sir, wala naman tayong choice eh. Paano kung natapat talaga? Diba? That's why I am introducing you to the concept. Na pwedeng matapat sa inyo si Australian accent. We don't have any other choice but to stick with it. But there are ways that we can do help increase our survival chances. At ano yun? Ha? Get used to the accent. How to get used to the accent? Paano ba tayo masanay sa American accent? Paano ba tayo masanay sa British accent? Hindi, di ba? Ano po? So this time around, anong papakinggan natin? Examination audio. Tama? Okay. Sino may mga sasakyan dito? Nagsasakyan papasok. Sino nagko-commute? Okay, yung mga earphones kayo? Wala. Tsaka mura lang sa Miniso, may 129. Mas sa Mr. DIY, may tig 89 na earphones. Bay, gastusin nyo na may sarili nyo. Ha? Okay. Wala pang isa, 2 buwan nang gagamitin. Okay lang yun. Okay? Okay, so earphones. Bumabiyahe ka. So, imbis na mga sound trip mo, okay, ano papakinggan? Australian accent audio. Meron ba tayo nga? Yes. I'll post the YouTube link later. Hindi mo siya kailangan sagutan. Kasi may kasama ng exam yun. All you have to do is to listen to it. Get used to it. Lalaba ka, linis ka. Okay? Teka lang, play natin. Bawa, naglalaba ka. So, naglalaba dito, taas sumay. Mga bossing. Sino nagluluto? Ito po yung audio.
Test 1, Section 1.
Saan mo nagwawalis ka?
Insurance, you see.
Does that cover me if I break a leg?
No, I'm afraid not. It's only third party and covers you against damage to other people or their belongings, but not theft or injury. You would need to take out your own personal accident insurance.
I see. And what's the best way to get to your place? By public transport, or could we come by bike? We're pretty keen on
Nagets yan? You just have to listen to it. Get used to it. You don't necessarily have to answer it. Clear? Okay. That's it.
Please call
So we have different types of questions. We have multiple choice. We have multiple choice, single answer, multiple choice, multiple answers. Remember that your answer will not be qualified for multiple answers if you only click one. You have to look at the instruction nakalagay, select 2. So, click mo isa lang, sinabit mo na, tama man yung 1 na yon, but since it lacks the other, maka-qualify siya as incorrect. Expect the speaker will use synonyms or paraphrasing on the recording, but most of the time, it's going to be verbatim. Or you will be listening to something that is exactly as how you see it on the screen. Okay. Pakita natin tong sample. Okay. So, tingnan natin itong multiple choice.
Section 3. Listen to a female student, Amina, talking to her tutor, Dr. Bryson, about her project on local history. Amina has completed a first draft of the project. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 26.
So, 1 minute to look for that section. Anong gagawin mo during that span of time? So, take a look at keyword. Project is about local blank. So, we're looking at school, hospital, or factory. So, I need to wait for them to be mentioned. Dr. Bryson particularly liked. So, introduction, first chapter, middle section. I need to hear how Dr. Bryson will compare. And I'm really surprised because, so what is surprising about her project?
Now listen carefully to the first part of the discussion and answer questions 21 to 26.
Well, Amina, Thanks for letting me have your draft in such good time.
Oh, that's all right. I was just very anxious to hear what you think of it. You can see that I decided to change the topic. I had been interested in looking at Bering's factory.
Oh, I think the hospital was a much better choice. In fact, well, I have to say that I thought it was good.
Oh.
There's still lots of work to be done.
Oh, yes, of course.
But there's plenty of good ideas. It opens well, and the first chapter is fine, but the middle section really stood out for me. Most interesting.
That's amazing, because I really didn't find it a bit easy to write.
How long did you work on the whole thing?
Ayun, di ko na naguhitan. Hanggang doon lang pala. Okay. So, ito po yung nangyari. Ha? Sabi na Amina, you see, I was very anxious. I was looking at the Bering's factory. No, I think the hospital is a much better choice. So, initially, Amina did her project about the factory, but decided to change it to the local hospital midway, halfway through the research. So, B ang sagot natin. Dr. Bryson particularly liked, sabi niya, it opens well, sabi nga verbatim or synonyms, sa introduction, it opens well. So yung ginamit niya dito na word ay well. So maganda ba yung word na well? Yes. The first chapter is fine. Maganda ba yung word na fine? Yes. But the middle section really stood out well for me. Most interesting. So kung ikukumpara mo, introduction na sinabi niya well, sa first chapter sabi niya fine, or sa middle section na sinabi niya really stood out well for me, most interesting. Ano kaya yung pinaka-nagustuhan doon ni Dr. Bryson? Yung middle section. Kasi high pitch siya doon at marami siyang sinabing magaganda tungkol doon. Sabi niya, oh, is that so? Because I didn't find it easy to do. So ang synonym ng didn't find it easy, I found it difficult to do. Sabi ni Amina, nakaka-surprise naman yung comment mo na yan, doctor. Kasi hindi ko nadalian eh. Gawin yun. So, dun po, huminto yung audio natin. So that's how you answer multiple choice questions. So map. Sino nahihirapan sa map? Guys, ito po, don't get me wrong. This is the most difficult part of the listening test. Kapag mas maraming map, parang yan ang true, false, not given ng listening. So sa reading, ang mahirap, true, false, not given, tsaka matching headings to paragraphs. Dito ay map. So let's do it.
Well, here we are at the top of the tower, and we're going to look at the view from each direction. Out to the east, the large buildings about 1 kilometre away are on the Olympic site. There's an indoor arena for gymnastics, a stadium for track and field, and a swimming pool for races and synchronised swimming, and also diving. If you look carefully down there, you can see the train lines. The Olympic site has its own station to encourage the use of public transport. There is also a car park, but it only holds a limited number of cars. The formal park has some specially created water features. If you look out here to the south, you can see a circular ornamental pond. And around to the west, you can relax and sit on a bench to smell the flowers in the rose garden. And finally, up to the north, if you look in front of you now, there's a lake with a small island in the centre. You can hire rowing boats at the boat shed, which you can't see from here. But if you look through the trees, you can see the cafe, which has lovely views across the water. OK, let's climb down now. We will go now and have a look at the nature reserve section of the park, which has opened up natural wetland to the public.
Yan, so what happened? Guys, yung binibilog ko tsaka yung arrow, di ba kapag ka nag-listening test kayo, yung mata nasa screen, yung kamay nasa monitor tsaka nasa keyboard. So in this case, kung ito ay drag and drop, sa keyboard ka lang, sa mouse ka lang nakafocus. Tama po? Okay. Kapag naman ito ay answer questions to fill the blank, you have to type your answer literally. So, itong kaliwang daliri ko, Nagmo-move siya habang sinasabi niya. Ang reference point, pag sinabing reference point, may dalawang uri kasi ng map eh. Yun yung tuloy-tuloy na palipat-lipat tayo ng pwesto. Pero meron ding type ng map na may vantage point o may reference point. Ibig sabihin, babalik ka doon. So you have to understand that in maps, the most important skill here is to understand directions. Look carefully down there. If you look at the south, if you look up to the north, out here to the west, diba? Yun yung mga keyword niya. Yung mga words tulad ng adjacent to, nearby, alongside, in front of, at the back of, right next to, in the middle of, in the midst, under, over. So ang tawag doon ay mga prepositions. You have to listen to those prepositions to understand where exactly we are at the map. So ito, reference point. So pupunta ka dito, babalik ka dyan. Pupunta ka dito, babalik ka doon. Punta ka dyan, babalik ka doon. So yung finger mo, kung left-handed ka, yung other finger mo yung gagamitin mo para ituro siya doon sa monitor. Kasi ang daming nalilito sa map. Pag in-apply nyo talaga, ito yung daliri ko, habang nag-listen, ang laking tulong niya. Trust me. No? So sabi yan, here you are at the top of the tower. Out here to the east. Ito yung east. It's the Olympic side. There's an indoor arena. There's a stadium and a swimming pool. If you look down there, there's a train line. There's also a station. May car park. So walang nabanggit na car park. Baka itong square na to, siya yung car park. So yun yung sagot ko dito. Kuha? Okay, balik tayo. There's a circular ornamental pond. On the west, may benches dito to smell the flowers in the rose garden. Nakapalibot daw yung flowers sa benches. So yung rose garden. And then up here to the north, may lake daw with a small island in the center. Pwede ka daw manghiram ng boats dyan, pero di mo makita kasi nga ito yung tower, ito yung boat, nakaharang itong mga trees. Pero sa pagitan, through the trees, meron daw cafe. So yun yung cafe. Nag-gets kung paano ito sinagutan? Okay. That's how you deal with maps. So pupunta na po tayo sa formatting. Pause lang ako saglit, naiihina ako. So remember that spelling is going to be a factor in your test. Both British and American spelling are accepted. But there will be occasion which you have to choose which is the proper spelling. Bigyan ko na example. Halimbawa lang, meron ditong table. Section 1 to. Yan. So may table dyan. Tapos, ang nakalagay sa table, ito yung schedule ng match ng football team. Mga elementary pupils lang to. Schedule ng football match schedule of Green Dragons. Yeah. So dito nakalagay yung date. Dito naman nakalagay yung venue. So dito may given example. Question to. Tapos ang venue daw sa British Sports Center. Yun yung spelling ha. Binigay naman dito yung sample. Ng date, Sept 13. And then, question. Halimbawa, item number 5 to, sabi, on September 9, the match between Green Dragons and Yellow Devils will be held at the British Sports Centre. 4 days later, September 13, they will have a match against the Blue Falcons on the same venue, British Sports. Yan. Pinakinggan mo lang, sinunod mo lang naman, bakit parehong mali ito? Si item 5 and 6. Tingnan nyo ha, yung format na binigay na example ay Sept 13. So that is the only time na ikakat mo yung buong word na September. In any other occasion, mali po ito. But because there is a format of the example given, we are forced to follow it. Wala tayong magagawa kung hindi sundin yun dahil yun yung naka-indicate. So Sept 9 is the correct answer and not September 9. Now, yung sports center, ito po kasi yung spelling niya, yan yung pangalan. Kumbaga, sa BIR nila, yan yung company name. Yan yung business entity nila. Bakit papalitan mo yung spelling nun kung ito yung proper spelling niya doon na naka-indicate sa example? So, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon is mananaig na tama basta pag American accent ang ginamit mo. No, it doesn't work that way. It should always be format-based or example-based. Sa madaling sabi, sa Tagalog po, na pakikipag-usap sa inyo, naririnig nyo naman ito ng malinaw, kung ano po yung naka-indicate na halimbawa doon sa section na yon, kung may table, kung merong mga naunang items na ganun yung proper spelling niya, kopyahin mo lang, susundin mo lang yung format na binigay doon. Sa susunod na section, iba na naman ang rule. Clear? Okay. So that is how your rules work. Sa dates naman, any format would do, but you have to remember, sa mga dates, meron din po tayong mga minimum word requirement. So, narinig mo, 23rd of November, nakalagay, write no more than 3 words, pasok yan. Pero pag write no more than 2 words, yung 23rd of November, gagawin mo siyang November 23. Remember that the more complete your answer is, the better. So, kung kailangan mo ring maglagay ng year, you have to also indicate that. Once again, mananaig po ulit yung example. Nagkakaintindihan? So, what about student's name? Policy number. Narinig nyo guys, ha? My student's number is AE 4721. That's AE 4721. Ano po ang mas tama sa tatlong ito? Yung first, na naglagay ng hyphen, yung second na naglagay ng space, o yung third na walang nilagay hyphen or space. Okay. Regardless of whether your answer for occasions like this has a hyphen or not, has a space or not, it doesn't matter. They're all correct. What matters is the order in which those numbers and letters appear in sequence. Kung AE 4723 ang nilagay mo dyan, kahit mag-hyphen ka pa dyan, mag-space ka, mali yun. Dahil 4721 ang tama. Malinaw. Now, if may naka-indicate, write no more than 1 word, this is the time na aalisin mo itong space and hyphen. Kasi, pag naglagay ka ng hyphen dyan, one entity to, another entity to, lagpas niya sa 1 word. So, ang sagot mo na yan ngayon ay 2 words, hindi na siya qualified as a correct answer. Let me give you another example. Narinig mo ang sagot ay January 23 to January 25. The convention will be from January 23 to January 25. That is your answer. Nakalagay, write no more than 3 words. Diyan ka mali. Bakit? Yung part ng date, kasi ang dami hindi nakakagets, Ano ba ibig sabihin ng write no more than 3 words? Write no more than 3 words. And or a number. Ibig sabihin po niyan, ibig sabihin, nagsulat ako dyan, AE 4721, apat yung number, 4721, di mali na ako agad. Hindi po. Yung number, they regard it as a unit kapag nakaklump siya. Halimbawa, sa date. So, sa January 23 to January 25, so 1 word, 2 word, ito yung third, ito yung fourth, ito yung fifth word. So, in total, hindi yan papasa dahil ilan total na salita dyan? 5 eh. So, paano mo gagawing 3 yan? Ano mo gagawing 3? January 23 to January 25 nga yung sagot eh. Okay. Yung 2, huwag mong gawing word, gawin mo siyang hyphen. Kasi ang hyphen ay hindi po word, yan ay symbol. Nakuha? Okay. Tapos, alisin mo yung repetition. So, ang sagot mo ngayon dyan, para maging tumpak siya, ay yan. Yan po ang sagot mo. Malinaw po? Okay. So, formatting ay napaka-importante po sa ating pagsagot. Ano pa? Yung mga units of measurement. Kung may naka-indicate po doon na unit, like may nakalagay na doon, meter. Hindi mo na kailangan maglagay ng M. Bawa, 4M. Bawal din po ang shortcut. Bawal, sagot mo 4 meters. Tapos nilagay mo 4M lang. Ang 4M, pwedeng 4 million yan. Tama ba? Nagkakaintindihan? So, kailangan kumpletuhin. Unless, ano ulit ang mananaig? Ano ulit ang mananalo? Laban dyan? Yung format. Nakalagay sa format, M. Halimbawa, sabi sa item 23, example ha? Guys, nabibilisan ba? Item 23, 10M by 14M tapos hyphen. E ang sagot mo dyan, 12M. Sabi ni sir, bawal daw shortcut. Sinulat mo yung meter. Mali ka doon. Dapat 12M lang. Kasi yung mga format mo nauna sa kanya, naka-M lang din. Clear? Clear po. Okay. So, pag sinabi ko na rule, bubuuin, pero nakalagay sa format, hindi buo, masusunod pa rin po si format at hindi yung sinabi ko. Clear po tayo ha? Okay. Alright. Ready po kayo ng pencil and paper, kahit cellphone na lang kung wala. Try natin sagutan itong napakadali na to. Very basic lang. Palang maliwa.
Now turn to section 3. Section 3. You will hear two friends discussing a course they have just done. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 27. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 27.
Oh, Ben, I just remembered I never filled in that form for Nick.
Ah.
Did you do it?
The course feedback form?
Yes. If you want, we can do it together. I've got mine here.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look then. What do we have to do?
Let's fill in the top first. Let's see. Course code.
It's communication in business.
Okay. Communication in business. I do know that, but what's the code?
CB16 something. CB162, isn't it?
That's it. Okay. And dates. When did we start? I remember my birthday's on May 4th, and it was the day after. It must have been May 5th.
Gosh, doesn't seem that long ago, does it?
No. And we finish at the end of this week on Friday, so that's July 15th.
16th.
Oh.
Monday was the 12th.
Yeah.
Right, that was the easy bit. Now, let's have a look. Please give your comments on the following aspects of the course. Okay, what's the first one? Oh, course organisation. What do you think?
Okay na sagot sa 21? Ha? January. July. Ay. July ano? Wala man lang ba isang tatama dito sa pamilyan to? July 15? Oh. Ano, di kayo magkasundo. Sabi sa Zoom. 16. Kompleto dapat ha, RG. July 16. Sabi ni Aya, sir, naka-zoom po yung PPT. Oo nga, naka-zoom nga. Yan, kompleto dapat ha.
I just...
Form.
Yeah.
What do we have to do?
Let's fill in the top first. I do know that, but what's the code?
CB16 something. CB162, isn't it?
That's it. Okay. And dates. When did we start? I remember my birthday's on May 4th, and it was the day after. It must have been May 5th.
May 5th.
Doesn't seem that long ago, does it?
No. And we finish at the end of this week on Friday, so that's July 15th.
16th.
Oh.
Monday was the 12th.
Yeah.
Right, that was the easy bit. Now, let's have a look.
TH 15th. May 5th. Kasi may TH siya. Kung ano nyo pong narinig, yun po ang sasagot na.
Now turn.
Malinaw? So final tips, there are questions in the answer sheet that are not given in succession. Listen intently. If there's a spelled out information given, take note of it. Most likely, it is an answer. Get clues from the questionnaire itself, and the correction or corrected information by the speaker is always going to be a correct one. Let's see it. Once again, si listening po ang pinakamadali sa kanilang lahat. So, may tanong pa? Bukas, baka abutin tayo ng 12:31. So, magbangon kayo ng mga light snacks kasi hindi tayo nagpapabreak ng mahaba. So, once again, si listening po ang pinakamadali sa kanilang lahat. Kaya naman, 11 pa lang, yari na tayo. So, thank you for remaining with us. RG, Jillian, Irish, Liz Ann, Richard, and Chanel. Teka, try nga na tayo mag-exam. Sige, wait lang mga nasa Zoom. No? Okay, mga nasa Zoom kita yung screen ko. Testing tayo mag-exam. 10 questions na, part 1. Sabayan niyo ako, ha? Start now.
Section 1. You will hear a woman calling the London Police Department to report a robbery. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4.
Yan. So, name, Anna, blank. So, yung last name lang. Date of birth, binigay yung March in 1980. I'm looking for the day lang. Address, blank street. Postcode, I'm looking for number here. Nationality, wala tayong sagot. Number.
You will see that there is an example which has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Point. Details ang lost property, serial number ng...
Hello, London Police Department.
Yes, I would like to report a robbery.
The woman says that she would like to report a robbery. So,
Ay, pucha, ba't nawala? Ulit.
Section 1. Like to report a robbery. So, robbery has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Hello, London Police Department.
Yes, I would like to report a robbery.
All right, just a minute while I pull up the form. Okay, could you give me your first and last name?
Anna Grieg.
Anna Gregg. G-R-E-G?
No, Grieg. G-R-I-E-G.
Got it. All right, moving on. Gender, female. Date of birth?
15th of March, 1980.
All right, thanks. Just a few more personal information questions, and then we can address your claim.
All right.
What's the address?
4 Ellendale Street. That's E-L-L-E-N-D-A-L-E.
Oh, right, Ellendale Street. Yeah, we've had a lot of break-ins in that area lately. And the postal code?
W5 2AT.
And are you a citizen of the UK?
No.
Okay, what type of citizenship do you have?
Well, I lived in the United States for most of my life, but I am actually of Grenadian nationality.
Okay, so is that the country that issued your passport?
Yes.
All right.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 5 to 10.
Number of previous burglaries, ilan? So we're looking just a number. Pwede mo siyang sulat as a number or pwede mo siyang i-type. But kung yun ay multiple, I suggest susulat ko sa as a digit. Time of apartment tenancy.
Now listen and answer questions 5 to 10.
Ilan? Okay, go.
And what is the crime you're reporting?
I already said a robbery.
Oh, right. Sorry, this is about the 100th robbery report I've filled out today. Have you had any prior break-ins?
In the building or just my flat? The unit below mine got broken into last year.
No, just your flat.
Oh, then no, not here.
All right, let's see here. Can you think of anything that was out of the ordinary around your building, or anyone who may have had reason to do this?
No, it seemed like just a normal evening. I didn't see anyone suspicious and can't think of anyone that would target me specifically.
How long has this been your place of residence?
Let me think. I moved in on February 1st and it's October, so it's been about 8 months already. Wow, time flies.
And that is just for Ellendale, yeah?
Yes, I have lived in the UK for just over 1 year.
I see. Can you give me the first and last names of all members of the household?
Actually, I live alone.
Okay, so no other occupants. And can you give me a brief account of what happened?
I left to go to a dinner party at 6 p.m. and when I returned at 11, I found the place ransacked and a lot of my things gone.
Any sign of forced entry?
Yes, the back door was wide open, and it looked like someone used a crowbar to force it open.
I see. And just to be clear, was the door locked when you left?
Of course.
Hey, you would be surprised how many reports we get where people have failed to lock their doors. Now, I need you to list any missing items valued above £200.
So far, I'm missing my computer, my purse with my wallet in it, and the TV.
Okay, let's start with the computer. What is the estimated value?
£500.
And what is the serial number?
G41687770.
Thank you. And a visual description?
It is a black 13-inch PEMDAS cloud book. There is an Oxford sticker on the lid.
Okay, and could you give me a description of the purse?
Sure, it's a Claude Frieda shoulder bag, and the material is silver-coloured cloth.
Price?
£300.
Okay, that concludes my report. I'll submit it and we'll let you know of any developments.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay. Yan, ganun po. So, 8 months. Number of occupants, 1 siya lang. Nilagay ko sa number of previous burglaries, none. Pwedeng 0 if you want to. Tingnan natin. Submit ko muna to. Okay. Correct answer, 7 of 10. Ba't mali? 0 or no? Sabi ko sa inyo ha, if you're going to write it numerically. So 0 or no, nilagay ko none. W5, 280. Okay. 2, letter A, tsaka T. Tingnan nyo ha. Kung saan ako nagkamali. 5, number 2, number 8, number 0. Nakita nyo? Puta, bad trip yan. Tingnan nyo ha. 5, 2, 80. Ang sagot is 2 na number, A na letter, at saka T. Tingnan nyo po guys. Tingnan nyo ha. Doon ako nagkamali. 5. Teka lang. Ito po yung correct answer. W5. Tapos 2. Tapos A. Tsaka T. Ang sagot ko, tingnan nyo kung gaano kalapit ha. W5 to 80. Magkatunog kasi siya eh. Backdoor, correct. Tama. Silver colored, correct. Doon ako nagkamali. Yung Ellendale, kulang ako ng L. E-L. E-N-D-A-L-E. E-double-L ang sabi niya. Tama? Okay. Tapos 0 or none. So, yun po yung mistakes ko. Nakita niyo? Okay. So, dito po sa section 1, nakatatlo akong mistakes. Yan. So, guys ha, walang pandaraya yan. Nakita nyo, nagkakamali din ako. Alright, that is just an example of your listening test. Sabi, regular discussion po ba ang class kapag Saturday? Kaka-join lang kasi. Yes, Richard! Regular discussion. May discussion na nandito kami sa Zoom. Nandito kami sa branch. Tapos may Zoom discussion din. And then meron din po tayong replay. Okay? So remember that this lecture is being recorded. I will be sending the link of the replay later. Dun sa ating group, sa chat, at saka sa Discord. Okay po? So thank you for remaining. Jillian, Irish, Lizanne, Richard, Chanel. And for those of you who will be watching the replay, I hope you guys will be learning a lot from this lecture. Have a nice day. God bless and good luck on your test. Bye.